Marwa's content has become pay-per-view and people are turning off because when they're watching his content, instead of being entertained, they are held hostage and clear their emotions to get money. We have seen a lot of individuals because it has now become a platform where people now come there, they cry and they get money. So, Maro subscribers and people are complaining about reactors. Let me tell them that reactors are the ones who push his channel and all the haters subscribers. When reactors talk about something that you did, forces some of the subscribers who actually didn't watch your videos to come and approve that, So, let me say this. Marwa should be thanking the reactors because nowadays there is nothing good that people learn in his content. I want to do a video because actually I've seen it that let me just do a video advising him to start traveling back instead of actually belittling some people like Mosabi, talking bad about this little boy who works at his compound and Gitiriba, and his father, the way his father drinks alcohol and stuff like that. And this boy wasn't even a YouTuber before JT Podcast interviewed him and helped him to grow his YouTube channel because initially what was happening when Marwa himself declared that when you want to work for me, you are not supposed to be a YouTuber. Yes, the guy had a YouTube platform, but he didn't post anything. In that, I think he posted only one video, and it has stayed there for a month. Yeah. Let me tell Marwa that this boy wasn't even a YouTuber. Then you are talking bad about his family. Talking bad about the family, about the father, about his life. And when people talk about your family, you become mad. How do you feel when someone talks about your family? It's all hell. Marwa's content has now reached a point that you need to travel. Watch this clip about what Marwa talked about Mosabi, then we dive deep to the entire narrative. Stay tuned.
Someone like Mosabi, his case is very difficult. Mosabi in his home, his dad is a very, how can I say, drunkard. I don't speak for other people's family, but this has come out. He beats his mom and all these things, so Mosabi left home. Okay? So when Mosabi left home, he found this space as a good space for him. And I want to remind you, Mosabi actually doesn't work for me. He works for Gitiriba. Only that because me and Gitiriba, we are very close, and Gitiriba's home is very tiny, so I told Gitiriba, instead of you having a worker who is Mosabi, and when your kid goes to school, he has nothing to do, he can stay here in our home and be helping work here. And at the same time, he can be cooking food that we all eat, all the families, Gitiriba's family and my family. And then Mosabi has been working here, but his boss is not me, it's Gitiriba. Okay?
Good people, good individuals, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this amazing YouTube channel that goes by the name Maxwell Lumumba Africa. Maxwell Lumumba is my name, a village content creator, born and raised in a village setup with no jobs, no money, no lands. But at the end of the day, we have to survive through content creation. And that is what I'm really doing so as to sustain myself in this actually content creation thing. That being that, for those who have not subscribed to this amazing YouTube channel, please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video to other individuals. And remember to turn on the notification bell so that any day, any time that I post any video, you people get updated. Today's video, I'm going to talk about when a traveler stops moving and becomes a reactor. And hopeful you people will be enjoying, because let me actually thank the supporters, subscribers, so as for those who are watching these videos, because you are giving this video a like, you're commenting. Actually, it gives me morale and encouragement to proceed. And maybe for those who like about lifestyle video, village logs, I have another YouTube channel that goes by the name Vibe with the Lumumba. Let us go there, watch those videos, and subscribe to that amazing YouTube channel, because that's another YouTube channel that I make content on. But this specific YouTube channel, I do analysis video where I post anything that has interest objectively, so as to get analysis about it. So let me start today's session slowly and clearly, because this is not hate, this is not jealousy, this is not betrayal, this is analysis. And analysis is something every public figure must face. Marwa is becoming a reactor. That sentence alone carries a lot of weight, because we have seen Marwa since he came back from Argentina. He has not left the country. We knew Marwa as somebody who likes travel, as the way some people called him a travel commando. When he was traveling, we used to learn a lot of things. Now he's in the village. Instead of building bridges, he's now building grudges. That sentence alone tells us something, because when you look at a content creator big as Marwa, someone who built his brand on movement, discovery, curiosity, and cultural exchange, you don't expect the content to slowly shift into reactionary anger, emotionally pressure, and personal attacks. But that is exactly what many viewers are now feeling. Because look at what the trading issue that have happened. We started with the betrayal, where Mayugno and Nico Buddha were brought into the picture. We went ahead, we looked at another episode about Nico Buddha, Farmer Isa. Then all of a sudden, Marwa is there in that discussion. And another episode is about Mosabi. Let's talk about Mosabi, because Mosabi is a young boy, has been working tirelessly in Gitiriba and Maro's compound. He wasn't a YouTuber by then, at that time, a worker who works within the compound, a private individual, and yet his name, his family, and even his father alleged personal struggles were discussed publicly. Yes, sometimes even for me, I come publicly and discuss my own problems. But I've not told somebody to discuss my problems with people. Let me be clear here. Once you talk about someone's family, especially a child, you cross the line. Because criticism should always go up, not going down. And young workers cannot defend themselves in a platform. A family cannot respond with subscribers. A father's struggles are not content, because you can even hear from the clip, Maro himself is talking about how this family, how the father is a drunkard, Even I don't want to touch about the issue that Mosabi was telling us about the father, because it really pains you as a human being. It really pains. And this is where the contradiction actually starts. Because let me talk about the double standard. When people speak about Marwa family, the reaction is immediate. Recently, we saw how David Jr. went to Lucas the Traveler's home and attacked Lucas the Traveler, because Lucas the Traveler is using the David Jr.'s father's picture in his thumbnail as alleged. Or even sometimes, okay, even David Jr. was claiming that Lucas the Traveler uses that name. Yeah, but that name does not bring a lot of because you cannot tell me that your father is called Condad, because what I believe, your father has a name. And these images actually came from a public domain. The issues that you people bring them into public, that is where these individuals get the same image and they're using them. I was discussing that when people speak about, let's say, Maro's family, the reaction is immediate, where you see anger, outrage, and boundaries. And that reaction is human, and anyone would feel that way. But then we must ask, how do you feel when someone talks about your family? Everybody feels very bad. Let us talk like individual. One thing that I usually do, I don't attack families. If you have posted the video about yourself, I do my own analysis about you. If your wife posts a video, anything that you speak that is not bringing it is not spoke objectively, I have to air it out. And how does it feel when private matters become public entertainments? Because I don't go and bring some private issue, maybe from a family, then expose those private issues. What I usually analyze is what is there in public domain. When Maro does a video, if I see it brings a lot of interest in reacting to that video, at the end of the day, I have to do it, because this is my job. Nikomboka. That is a slang, yeah? When you say about mboka, means job. It hurts you, and it will hurt other too. And the audience actually have noticed this contradiction. They also do. Let me talk about from entertainment to emotional hostage. Many viewers are no longer watching for joy. They are watching under pressure. Instead of being entertained, they feel held emotionally hostage. When Maro brings people, maybe, okay, I don't say that coming when you are in need, coming to the camera, offering, maybe you want to make sure that somebody is assisted. It shouldn't be like it is now coming to the video daily, today this person, tomorrow this person, the next day this person. Yeah, you know, Maro himself has said severally that he's a millionaire. Why can't you do this thing? If you want to help them. Don't bring now those individuals to the camera that this guy needs help. Limit that. Have a limit. Instead of being entertained, because the audience wants to be entertained, they now feel that they have been held emotionally hostage. Every video demands outrage. Every episode demands emotional loyalty. Even disagreement becomes betrayal. This is not storytelling. This is emotional extraction. And yes, emotions drive views, but too much negativity burns trust. That is why people are turning off. That is why not because they hate you, but because they are tired. And another issue that is coming up, reactors are the problem. No. Let me correct something important. Reactors are not destroying the channel. Reactors are amplifying Marwa's channel. When reactors talk about something you did, it forces supporters to demand, actually supporters to defend you, critics to verify the claims, neutral viewers to check context. Some people watch to approve, others watch to disapprove. Either way, they watch. So, if we are honest, reactors have pushed visibility, relevance, and discussion. In fact, many, let's say, hater subscribers were born from reaction content, not silence, you know. A lot of people really like the drama, especially the village drama. So, blaming reactors while benefiting from the traffic is intellectually dishonest. Because appreciate what people do. Appreciate the analysis that I'm doing, because at the end of the day, I'm one of the individuals who come and watch your video. Appreciate it from there, because I have to watch from the beginning until the end so that I can extract some of the good information that I can talk about. And let me tell Marwa that we work for the same company. Here's the part that many don't want to admit. We are co-workers with Marwa. Same platform, same algorithm, same monetization system, different experience levels, which I proudly say yes. Different audience, which I proudly say yes, but the same boss. And that boss is YouTube. Calling others jealousy or betrayers ignores a simple reality. No one owns YouTube. No one owns the lane. Longevity does not mean monopoly. Experience does not mean immunity. You know, of recently, I'm even thinking that YouTube should call Marwa and offer him a disciplinary action because he's now underperforming. You know, when travel stops, frustration starts. There is a pattern here. When the traveling slowed down, the anger increased. When movement stopped, reaction replaced exploration. Sitting in one place too long can shrink perspectives. Travel forces humility. Travel forces listening. Travel forces curiosity. So staying still too long, especially in front of camera, in the village, can turn reflections inwards, and inward reflection can become resentment. That's not an insult. That's human psychology. Let me talk about employees and not content. Being harsh towards employees publicly is dangerous, because today you feel that Max has been fired, Max has done this. All of a sudden, you now hear we have egg thieves. Yeah? You're now claiming that your employees are now stealing your eggs. Let me say this. Leadership is not about humiliation. It is about correction with dignity. Once fear replaces respect, you lose loyalty. And audiences feel uncomfortable watching power imbalance, which turns into entertainment. Like the video about the egg thieves, it was much of entertainment. And you know, people now were asking that, somebody of Maro's caliber, how can you talk about eggs? That discomfort shows up in the comment section. Let me say this. You know, the comments are the mirror. Yesterday's comment section wasn't good. And comments are not the enemies. They are the feedback from people. YouTube does not punish instantly. It warns quietly through audience behavior. And right now, the warning signs are there. People can see the warning signs. Some people have spoke of their minds, like there are actually the last videos. The narrative have really changed. It has reached a point that even Marwa himself is now becoming powerless. Why? Initially, when Marwa used to command the audience that leave this channel and do these, people used to follow that. The cult, the minions used to follow that. Now it has reached a point, and we have witnessed it. When Marwa said that Nico Buddha and Mayuguno have betrayed him, we could expect that those people could be moving this way like Safari Rally, but to surprisingly, you get that when you look at Mayuguno's channel, when you look at Nico Buddha's channel, instead of them going, they're saying that we are fed up. This is what we are going to do. We are going to unsubscribe from Marwa, and we are ready to support the likes of Mayuguno and the likes of Nico Buddha, because it is now becoming too much. Me, what I want to tell Maro for today, go back and travel. Would like to see you doing those traveling videos. I personally, I would like to see you doing the traveling videos. And this is not cancellation. This is not campaign. This is advice from a fellow reactor, because already people perceive me a reactor. Even Marwa, you yourself, you are a reactor nowadays. You are not even traveling. You are not showing us the world, because we used to enjoy those moments. Yeah. So from someone in the same ecosystem, same industry, same boss, travel again, create again, discover again, because the Marwa people fell in love, was not angry. He was curious, he was open, and he was moving. And movement is what made the brand powerful. Don't talk about that the reactors are talking bad about you. That is not hate. This is not accountability. And accountability is what separates legends from loud voices. Yeah? Because at the end of the day, I have to talk about this. Even today, you did a video with your brother, and maybe I'll be doing a video about it. The way people now perceive is now like you now need your brother's support to grow your channel, because you're now seeing that, hey, this maths is not adding. The maths is not adding up. Let me just go and salvage myself in my brother's channel, so as at least to get the views, to get everything. What you think is good, some people see it as something very bad, really bad. Yeah. Let me say this. Marwa's content has become a pay-per-view, and people are turning off, because when they are watching content instead of being entertained, they are held hostage and clear the emotions to get money. Marwa subscribers and people are complaining about reactors. And I've said that reactors push his channel, and hater subscribers are there. Yeah. So nowadays, nothing is good to learn in the content. And I want actually to say this. I'm advising him to start traveling. because instead, okay, he should start traveling instead of sitting in the village, becoming angry, frustrated, and negative content, which is too harsh towards the employees since he stopped traveling. He has become even a reactor. Yeah. So that is what I can really say for this moment, and I really appreciate and I'm very thankful. Let us be united in the community. Let us leave all those shenanigans. Let us stop cornering. Let us be straightforward. That being that, I really appreciate for your time and I'm very grateful. Goodbye for now till we meet in the next video. Goodbye.